All right, Cuzzo, we on.
Hey, welcome to BS Viewpoints. I am Cuddy Coastal with Winston. How's it going, brother?
Going pretty good, man. How's it going out
Ah,
there in the ATL?
yeah, grinding out my life. Neighborhood nip. Yeah, so it's a grind, man. It's a little different in the ATL. Anybody in the ATL, it is what it is. You might see me around, probably not. If you do, don't say nothing unless you got something to give. So it's all good. You watch the Super Bowl?
Sorry, did not.
Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't worth it. Waste of time. I mean, you want to see good commercials, I guess. Not all commercials are good. Not all are innovative. So,
Yeah,
you ready for that 1400? You think Biden gonna get you 14?
I don't know.
Huh?
Well, control all steps. I guess we could. I guess hypothetically we could get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I ain't gonna see it no way. I ain't gonna see it no way. But not back to me. Give it to him.
Yeah,
Give it to everybody. Then you can give us reparations after that.
so it ain't
So,
never happening.
yeah. People ask me that I know, are you going to be more critical of Biden than you are Trump? You know, I told him, hell yeah, I'm going to be more critical of him. Donald Trump, you knew what he was. He said what he was. He said what he would do. Everything he said he's going to do, he tried to do.
Yeah,
Biden says, hey, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, which the old man makes multiple slips of the tongue. What I mean by slip of the tongue is, even though that's the way he felt, he should have never said it. But it's nice that he said it because I already knew that's how they felt. That's how a lot of Democrats, the old guard, feels. I'm not saying the new guard's any better,
yeah,
but you wanted all the black votes. You got enough of the, black vote. So now you got to produce for black people. So you're even held to a higher standard than Donald Trump.
yeah,
We're not his base. You won the counties you won to win PA, Georgia, and the states that you won were predominantly, you had the African American vote by 80% clip, like 90 to 10. You kind of, you kind of won a few states, Michigan, as far as Detroit, Wayne County, Philadelphia counties in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then, in Atlanta, you got Cobb, you got Fulton, and Gwinnett counties, Those are heavily populated African American areas where you're winning 85 to 90% of the vote. So
yeah.
yeah, you do. You don't kind of owe us. Let's just call it what it is. You do fucking owe us. So what are you gonna do for us? If you're not
True.
gonna do nothing for us, then you did everything you previously said is moot. Because typically, no matter what politically, we're just asked for our vote every 4 years, and then we're supposed to just go by the wayside, go and be quiet. But it doesn't work like that. You can't
It doesn't
just
ever work like
get
that.
a yeah, but the problem is it's been working like that. So yes, I'm gonna criticize him. Yes, I'm gonna criticize Kamala. Just because you a sister don't mean I can't criticize you.
Yeah,
All skin folk ain't kinfolk. It's not. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that bread fresh. Keep it 100. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. So yeah, they got a lot to prove because we voted for you in droves and numbers. I
yeah.
still
Your
believe
numbers.
it's up to us,
Yeah,
but we'll see. It's at the end of the day, it's up to us. What I mean by up to us is you can't expect anybody to ever have the financial and political gains on the backs of you to ever empower you. You got to empower yourself.
true.
Hmm.
Yes. Why they gonna give away the golden goose by letting them do shit for themselves? Right?
Yeah, exactly. I give you an example. There's a movie. I want to say me and you watched it together one day. Remember Ip Man, the last one where he comes to America?
Yeah,
How the Chinese had their own little situation, like their whole little community.
yeah,
We need that. I mean, there's Greek Town, there's Chinatown. They have the Asian village, different areas, Cambodians, Vietnamese, Koreans. They all
yeah,
have their own little areas. The Jews do. the Polish do, Germantown, like I said, Greektown. Haven't met too many French and English people, but I'm quite sure they're here. I don't live in a big enough. Well, I'm in ATL now. But I don't be in a big enough area to know if they were just masses of them, together. Even the Latinos are, as far as the Mexicans and other Latinos, if you're down in Florida or even in Atlanta, there's a Cuban population, there's a Puerto Rican population. People tend to stay together and build their community together. Everybody but us.
Yeah.
So you want to do it, you can't expect anybody every group of people I just named are, if you ask them to be unbiased and completely honest, most of them would say they're better than black people, especially African Americans. Like if you asked them, even the Arabs, most of them would say they're better than black people.
Yeah, that's the way they feel. A lot of them feel.
Yeah, the lighter you are, the whiter you are. That's what somebody told me one day. Maybe that's true. The lighter you are, the more you can pass for white. Even if you had any of those genealogies in there, you're winning. So we have to build ourselves economically. Like we talked about this before, food supply. We need more black farmers. Like we really do.
Yeah.
You got to build your own food supply. And then you got to literally, like I said before, like we said, boycott neighborhood. Boycott stores that don't have your own people in ownership.
Or even your own people in mind when they stock the stuff. Because, like, if they're selling nothing but poison, what's the point?
No, I'm saying to completely go where we need to go, we have to have our own complete ecosystem. Because let's face it, you can't segregate.
No.
So let me take that back. You can't segregate in a sense. Every other culture has practiced segregation by having their own communities where they own everything in the community. But us.
Yeah.
We did it in the 50s and 60s. We stopped doing it with integration. Integration was like a big ploy.
Yeah, but the whole thing is somehow they taught us to not trust each other. When most black people see another black person doing good, what do? Like, that nigga doing good. Maybe I should go into the same business as him instead of right next to him try to steal his customers or her customers. That's what black people do. They see one person doing something. So instead of going to like maybe something that might complement the business, like, hey, this person is like, a restaurant. Hey, why don't I open a grocery store that can supply the restaurant? No, they was like, no, we're going to put a restaurant right next to you and try to steal your employees and then badmouth you. We got the crab mentality all the way. It seems like.
But we can change that. In Atlanta, I feel like they are changing. I go to a lot of local businesses. I try to, different spots. I've been frequented in Jamaican restaurants. I've been frequented. So I try to, I not perfect, but I try to. It's something I aspire to do. I feel like in other areas, we should have more options. I feel like we can propagate more options by, starting stuff me and you talked about, which it takes capital. Maybe I need to do what this lady said. I actually sent you an article on Instagram, sent you a post. This lady started up a business with like bad credit, like nothing, and found micro lenders.
Yeah. I've seen the micro lenders and angel investors.
Yeah. So it might not be the worst of the worst idea to start, a business that way. You have very little overhead. You have people investing in you. They'll own a stake until they get enough of their money back, I guess, or until they quadruple their money. Who knows? Something you got to look into. But yeah, I tell anybody, start up a business. We all need to start businesses on LLCs. And we all need to start businesses that complement each other. But like you said, it's food supply is imperative.
Yeah, that's how everybody else usually started.
Yeah. Everybody else definitely started with food supply.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Cuzzo,
what's up?
Next subject. What do you think about the second impeachment, man?
I'm watching that shit. For what? Doesn't matter. Newsflash, he's already gone. He's on social media. He's like in the abyss. You can do whatever you want to him. Doesn't really matter. Why? Because the next Republican president, maybe even Joe Biden on his way out, as much stuff as he talked about Donald Trump will probably pardon him. It's all politics. Have you ever seen one of those old school roofs that's like this?
Yeah.
Anybody's ever seen an old school roof like this? See this figure? Republican. See this figure? Democrat. You see the head? It still goes the same way. It still connects to the point. That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
I hope he doesn't, man. Because you can't incite an insurrection and then get away with that shit. Like, dude.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't know that, do you?
What?
A person who makes 10,000, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, there are people who made even more. They feel like if they pay $50 in taxes, they own that house. The White House, the Capitol, they own all of that. So them going and destroying property, it's not public because they pay public money. It was their property to destroy. It's a whole different mentality. Whole different mentality. I own this. That's the mentality of a lot of American whites. Let's just call it what it is. I own this country. No, you don't. You weren't the first ones here. You can never find something where somebody's already there and say you found it. The Indians got their name because they thought they landed in India, not because they're Indians.
Yeah.
So think about that for a minute. Get a map, look at the United States of America, and then look at India. That's how far off they were.
Yeah.
But that's turning lemons into lemonade. You got to give credit for that. We're in India. No, you're not. You're in America. Well, you look like Indians. So let's just go with it. Hey, what about the land? Well, the land's for everyone. Okay. Well, you take your everyone portion and you move over there, and we're going to keep this portion. Exactly. It still holds true to this day. I see it all the time. I watch a lot of videos where people say Karen's going mad. Or, I've seen, I watched this video, it was this black security guard, and this family was just cussing him out. My son's sleeping in the fucking car. And the first thing I wanted to tell him is, if he does, wait. Because you're yelling like two imbeciles. You're yelling, you open up the door because it's the gated community. You open up the door, walk in, yell at this man from like a few feet away. He has better sense than me. Because at that point, I probably would have tased both of them if I'd had a taser. Oh, if I got a gun, I feel threatened. You never know what can happen when I feel threatened. You never know. But, that's just the gist of it, man. I've seen horror footage. And Godfrey, comedian Godfrey, if you're ever on IG, posted this video. I felt so sorry for this lady. If I can ever see this sister, I don't have much, but I definitely buy this sister dinner. Like, not just on some. It was this older lady she was taking care of, and this lady spit on her like 3 times. Like,
yeah, I've seen that video.
Yeah, like, where they do that? I don't care if she's mentally ill or not. I took care of people. I was an A for a while. I was an A for some years. And still, I'm not saying that lady might not have mental issues. What I'm saying is we needed to fix them motherfucking mental issues because there ain't no way in the world you're going to be spitting on me. I'm going to just be sitting there wiping that off.
Yeah.
But that lady is truly, the black lady, not the white lady, is scared for her life. She's working, and that was her only course to let probably the company know because the company probably didn't even believe her, saying that lady probably sweet as pie. Oh, she's so nice. No, that lady is. Think about it. The baby boomers, they're in their 50s, 60s, and 70s now.
Yeah.
What happened in the baby boomers era? Racism. If you're down south, where I'm at down right now, when my mom was growing up, they still had colored water fountains. You still had to go to nice restaurants, or nicer, the restaurants you thought were nice that really weren't nice. You had to go around the back and pick up your food. You couldn't even eat in the restaurant. That's what you're dealing with. When my parents were growing up, this is what you're dealing with. So now these people are older, and Jay-Z had this line. I was just telling somebody this yesterday. You was who you was when you got here. Meaning, this is who you've been.
Yeah.
You can veil it all you want to, but when you get older, you normally that I don't give a fuck gene usually kicks in. It kicked in. That lady spits in this lady's face. This lady's probably breaking her back. Doing everything she can, and you spit in her face. The gall, like what the audacity of you to spit on somebody. I bet you if you fell and broke your hip, your family would be in an uproar.
Yeah.
I bet you if your fella broke your family would be in an uproar. And you sitting there just because you got a little money, who knows how you got it? Probably slavery. You got a little money, you just think the world that you can spit on another human's face. Spit on them. Wouldn't happen to me. Wouldn't happen to my mama. It ain't.
Yeah.
Not gonna work. Not gonna fly. That's not how we ride. Yeah, people crazy. These baby boomers going to the nursing homes, getting in a tizzy, treating people terrible. People trying to make it. That lady working hard, probably got kids. If not, she got other bills. She got things she got to take care of. Lady might even be doing live-in. You spitting in this lady's face.
Yeah.
That's hazard pay.
Yeah, that is.
That is assault. I'm quite sure that's assault. Knowing my law, that is
You
assault.
just froze. Okay. Say something again because you just froze for a second.
Am I back?
Yeah, you back. Okay.
That's assault. I'm quite sure that assault is spitting in somebody's face, isn't it?
Yes.
I would sue her ass. And then I would sue the company. Because I'd say, I've been telling you this, you motherfuckers this, and you don't want to comply. So now I'm going to sue you after I taped it. I'm going to sue the company, and I'm going to sue her and the family. That house that lady probably in, because that didn't look like a nursing home. It could be an extended living stay, or it could have been a personal house. I'd be trying to own that
group home, though.
Huh?
So that could probably to me it looked kind of like a group home. It looked like the group homes that Amber has. Well, that my sister has. Can't say names.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's probably bad. But that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'd be trying to own that.
Yeah.
Man, it's a sad day. It seems like every time I watch something, Will Smith had this comment, and it's just like racism isn't getting worse; it's just getting recorded. Like now with your phones, so many incidents that went unsaid or unheard that the masses couldn't see, people can now see.
Yeah, it looks like it's more prevalent, but it's really not more prevalent.
No, it was who you was when we got here. It's just how it's recorded. Now you can record these incidents.
Yeah, now we got proof. That's all it is.
White privilege is real. I said it. And if y'all didn't hear me, I'll say it again louder. White privilege is real. I'm doing my little dance. Because some people didn't. I've debated this. Some people say, oh, it's not real like that. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
We've been systematically oppressed, and we haven't helped ourselves that much either. Not in recent memory. But we have been systematically oppressed. And we got to make inroads with that, and we got to move forward, but still hold that in. Like I tell anybody. Like this whole, you seen that Chad Wheeler case?
What?
Chad Wheeler is a former offensive tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. White guy, bipolar, had a manic depression episode and tried to kill her. Thought he killed her. Did something crazy. Then she passed out. Then he went to get something to eat. And she came and woke up. He said, oh, I thought you were dead. Like he thought he killed her. Then she goes in the bathroom, locks herself in the bathroom, and calls the police. And they're like, well, it's a manic depression, manic attack. Still domestic violence.
He's still
attempted murder. Still going to jail. But they waited days, and he was able to bail himself out. And I'm like, okay. But they tried to give him every excuse in the world for that. Let him bail himself out, say that's an episode. And even like the guy who rocked at the Capitol. He had the nerve after he got arrested to say I'm vegan. So they They transferred him jails. I wonder how much does it cost to transfer one prisoner from one jail to another, maybe 100 or 150 miles away. With you factor in gas, transportation, escort. You got to factor all that in. How much did it cost to ship him there so he can get organic food?
Yeah. No, the one that got me is the lady who said if she had a chance she'd do it again. She wasn't ashamed of it or nothing. And then the judge let her go on vacation to Mexico while
That's
waiting
what
trial.
privilege.
Like, that's privilege. That's privilege in the mug. But that's what we're not supposed to see, right?
Oh, I see a lot of stuff. I see stuff, and I don't. I speak on it on here, but then I just observe publicly. I observe, and then I just, when it's time to go, I fly off. I see all type of stuff. Whether I was here or anywhere else, as far as the white privilege and the benefit of the doubt, things getting over.
Yeah.
There's a reason why whites make more than blacks on the same job. If it's not, if you don't have a union and you don't have a scale, whites make more than blacks. Men make more than women.
Yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason why it's because you have this scale. When we go in, we hope things are going to go well. They literally are going to expect it to go well. So it's a different mentality. Like when they went into the Capitol, they expected not to be shot or not to anything bad to happen to them.
True.
We would just hope. Like, I hope these police officers don't start shooting all of us. I hope. They expect it because that's that privilege.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. Till we get that mindset, we gonna be trailing behind. That mind sweat. Honestly, I don't care really how much swagger you think you got till you get that mindset you ain't got enough swagger. So that's a whole different type of swagger.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I've been at the store. You've been at the store. I've seen white people cut all the way to the front of the line and then just start yelling at something that wasn't right, and then the manager comes right over, tries to quell them and try to give them the best deal that they can to remedy the situation. Meanwhile, I've seen black people get in the line and they call security. After they wait in line to argue their point, they call security.
Yeah.
We've been in the country for over 400 years and we're still second-class citizens. And for some people, they don't get it. They don't see it. Remember, if I want to keep down the masses, I'm also aware and cognizant that a few of them got to make it out, because that's not the masses. The masses isn't everyone. The masses is the majority. So some people are always going to make it out. If you're an extremely talented athlete, you're going to make it out. NFL's still 70% black. NBA is probably right around there, 70% black, maybe even 80% black, 60, 70% black. So yeah, those are popular sports that are, although the two main sports in America, because baseball is running third. After NASCAR might be running fourth.
Yeah.
Eventually. Then hockey's definitely up there. Soccer's coming on. But I'm just saying the major two sports in America are football and basketball. You get two forms of football, two forms of basketball. March Madness is really when NCAA basketball kicks in. But football, as far as college and NFL, you probably got 65 to 70% of all of those players African American.
Yeah. Seems about
So
right.
people have to make it out, but I'm saying the majority of people don't make it out.
Yeah. Man.
It's just like if I put you and a whole bunch of people at the bottom of the barrel, meaning I redlined y'all, I never really let y'all get out of where y'all wanted to go for the most part, and then I just put crumbs and I put a dilapidated area around you, you're gonna fight over the crumbs because you're gonna want to survive.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I feel like what we're doing. Like I said, we in some cases we don't help each other out because some people want to make it out so bad. I give you an example: entertainers, like especially the rappers and stuff like that, want to make it out. I feel like so bad that they went from telling a story, like rapping about the life in the hood, to portraying it as more glamorous. Now they're like, again, example, there's men rappers who, call all women like the B word and say, oh, I'm doing this, like I got all these chicks, but you're degrading women.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. All you talk about is drugs and money and degrading women, having multiple women. So what do you think people listen to your music are gonna want to emulate?
Okay.
It took Jay-Z to get to a certain level before he rapped and like I'm not, came out with that album as far as the I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Like then you when you listen to that album, you see the progression in Jay-Z. But it wasn't always there.
But that's everybody. If you listen to most rappers over 35 now, close to 40, kind of rap like that. Except for Too Short. His flow is still the same. Even though I'm still bumping that E40 and Too Short, but yeah, his shit's still the same. Except every time you're sleeping with your mama now instead of sleeping with your girl.
Crazy part about it, I want Too Short been married for like 30 years.
Huh?
He's been married for like 30 years though.
Yes.
That's the thing I think people don't see, that most of these entertainers don't like Too Short's been married for a long time. E40's been married for a long time. A lot of the rappers been in the game a long time. Most of them are already married and been married for over like 10 years, 10, 15 years. And it is what it is. That's just entertainment for them. If you look at some of the credits, they don't even write some of the rhymes.
Yeah, some people don't. Some people do. Yeah. Some of it's fantasy, some of it's stuff that's happened in the past,
Yeah, some of it's fantasy, some of the stuff happened in the past, some of the stuff is just perceived to be, playerish. But it's
some
not.
of the stuff they actually do, but you don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, without unity, we're not going to move anywhere. Degrading one or the other is always going to lead to separation and lead to problems.
Yeah, we degrade each other, and yeah, sad.
Yeah.
I find it like disheartening because now I feel like we can't get anywhere. Like we feel like we gotta hate on each other to, like you said, to get any place.
Yeah.
And it honestly could be so simple if we would stop having pride. If we could stop having pride towards each other, the gang situation would get better. Everything could get better. But it's hard for somebody who said, your big homie killed my uncle. Your uncle killed my uncle, so now we got to beef for the rest of our lives. Now thousands of people have died. Maybe hundreds of thousands have died due to gang violence in our community.
Yeah.
Because people just can't, people just what it is.
Yeah. But that's because we don't value our own lives. That's why. We say we do, but we don't value. Most of us don't value the life of another black person.
Yeah.
But
sad. If
you're trained to do it, you're trained to do it. Come on, they trained us to be the better Klansmen in the clan.
Yeah, we gotta sell our souls to seems like you gotta sell your soul to make it out. No matter what you do.
Yeah.
I was just, what's crazy is a few days ago I had some time off, I had some downtime, and I was watching American Gods. You ever got into that show?
I started it.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and then I found out because I've been behind in the times. My life was different back then.
You were listening to the Orlando Jones speech, honey, and that kind of spoke to you. on the bottom of the
And
boat.
that definitely spoke to me, but then he got fired. That spoke to me even more.
Yeah,
And
he
what one
got
of the
fired.
producers said, who's white, says, I could write and speak for the black people. No, the fuck you can't.
Yeah,
It's to the point now where I read all that afterwards. I'm like, if I knew that, I would have never got into that show. Like
yeah,
I used to watch Vlad. I start boycott. Boycott Vlad now. I don't mess with him. He
yeah,
never apologized to Minister Farrakhan. And no matter what you think, you should just apologize. If you're wrong with somebody, you're wrong.
yeah,
I don't agree with everything Minister Farrakhan has done or plans to do. I may not agree with him, but to just disrespect him and expect me to still support you, that's wrong, bro.
yeah,
And that's definitely wrong. Like you can't. That's our problem. Like I still see, kind of sad. I still see people go on there. Like man, like no matter how cool you and him are, he wrong for that. And as long as he can make it financially, he's never going to apologize. I bet you if he lose, because he already lost 20,000 subscribers, if he loses like 70% of his subscribers, 70% of his income, I bet you he'd probably apologize. And that's
yeah.
how you hit
Probably.
people who fuck you over, hit them in a wallet. That's why I want to boycott all these businesses. I tell everybody we need to comprehensively come up with a plan to boycott every business in our community that does not have our interests or are not ran by us in our community. I said it. It's on the airwaves. I can't take it back. I wouldn't take it back.
Yeah,
Mine
but the
isn't to
whole
be rude or say I hate everybody else. Mine is just to say we need to see young black boys and girls need to see us in every stratosphere doing positive. And it's hard when they go into a store and we don't own the store. Then they speak a different language in the store and then they're disrespectful to us in the store and we continue to patronize them.
yeah,
And we go to restaurants in the community and we're treated like second class citizens, but yet we continue to patronize them because maybe we do like the food. But the customer service is shit and we don't own it.
yeah. But then
We
you gotta
got
also go to the flip side of that though, because a lot of times you go to like black-owned restaurants, and they think because they're black-owned and you're black, a lot of times they think that you're just gonna patronize them just because. So they end up giving you bad service or subpar food. So the thing is, yeah, we gotta support more black businesses, but we also gotta, step up in the business realm,
yeah.
because I know I've gone to a restaurant in this city, went out to eat. I was meeting my family. I met my family an hour late. We still sat there for another 2 hours waiting for them to take our order. Think about that. 3 hours waiting for them to take our order. Not to get our food, but just to take our order. But we was trying to support, so we sat there and waited. Like the whole time you see the people working there, sitting on their phones, talking to each other, joking. No one came over to bring us water or nothing. I've never been back to that place. But yeah, I don't care where I go. Anybody treats me like that, I'm not coming back. And we need to, step our game up,
Yeah.
You can't sit and be like, well, y'all don't support black business because one mess up and y'all move on. No, y'all think it was just that one mess up. No, a lot of times it's a lot of mess ups that you constantly giving these businesses over and over and over again. You keep trying to retry and you keep sending people to them, but everyone keeps having the same bad experience. Yeah, it's not just that one time. We got to vote with our dollars.
Yeah.
But
I agree completely.
But that's just me, though.
Yeah. We got to do better.
Yeah. So
that's all I got.
All right, Cuzzo.
Any last words before we get out of here?
Yes. Fat meat ain't greasy. That's the way we feel a lot of times. Especially those riders.
My phrase of the day actually comes from Prophet Mahmoud. He's a rapper from Toledo, but I won't say he lived out here at ATL. Big shouts out to him. And I know him as Cedric. Me and him actually play Little League Baseball together. It's been that long. But he says, you know, you blessed with a day and it's called a day. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying exactly that's what it is. But yeah, you blessed with a day, it's called a day. Remember that every day you wake up and you can, you know, be out here and you can make your own decisions. You blessed with a day, it's called a day. So as a people, we are blessed with a day, it's called today. Hopefully we're blessed with a day called tomorrow and we can make changes to our community.
Yep.
So with that being said,
Remember,
I'm
every
Cuddy
journey starts with the
Coastal.
first step, right?
I'm out. Yep.
All right, fam. This is Winston.
Stay
I'll talk to
safe.
you later.
Yep. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Comment, subscribe, like. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. New content. New content. New content, son.
All right, Cuzzo.
Remember, every Wednesday at 6 p.m., Cuddy Coastal,
Yeah, boy,
Winston,
Winston.
DS and Viewpoints. We come to bring the pain.
All
I've been
right.
listening to too much Wu-Tang. MET.